quickly before our Bruins get going tonight. All right. Right to my hairdresser for my bad haircut. I'm going to talk to her about that. Anyway, guys, how we doing, man? All right, cool. Kenny B here. Real quick. Being real sloppy tonight, but, I don't care. Just having fun. And Cities and Suburbs, YouTube Live. It is Wednesday, May 29th, 2019, and my God, can we find summer somewhere? Because, the weekend was great. The last 48 hours of summer. 48 hours of summer, wow. But it's not summer yet. We have to remember that summer does not officially commence until June 21st. So, and as I recall, over the last few years, May has been, April has been more predictable than May has. So I'm not going to get into all this global warming and climate change thing. It just is what it is. If you guys noticed the vent blowing behind me, I turned the heat on because it's cold. I'm cold. Planet's warm. Lots of iron ore down there with fossil fuels. And yeah. Anyway, how we doing, guys? So, today's high. 2 contestants that have been on the show. It's kind of like Jeopardy, that dude that just keeps winning. He just keeps winning. He just keeps winning. You know what? I'm sick of him. I was sick of him after he won the first time. It ain't dragging me. It doesn't drag me to watch these shows, but believe me. Anyway, so today's high. Rio Grande, Texas, 107 degrees. Today's low. They've been on the show before. Pikes Peak Summit in Colorado, 16 degrees. Nice. Bruins, let's go. Okay. Watching the Red Sox right now. They moved the Red Sox up an hour earlier. As opposed to a 7 o'clock start, they moved them to a 6 o'clock start to complement the Bruins, who are playing over at the Garden tonight in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals, meaning it's finally over. It's May. The ice is melting, and most of America has gone home with hockey because it's a regional. Even though it's international sport, but when it comes down to like winning it all, it's regional. No one in Montreal right now. The Canadiens fan is watching the Bruins tonight. No one in Ottawa is watching the Bruins tonight. It's a regional sport. It just is. So, not as beloved as, your international stuff like the Yankees in baseball or football, even the NBA, but, NFL and ML and Major League Baseball, they dominate, and hockey just comes down to a regional appeal. So anyway, Bruins, let's go. Let's give you some smackdown on Chi-Town. You guys want to see some Chi-Town stuff? All right. Chicago, right now. Wow. Your year to date, shot and killed, deceased, 179. And there were 724 shot and wounded. Okay? Totally shot, 903 people. Total homicides, 193. Coming from HeyJack.com. A person is on average, is shot every 3 minutes and 57 seconds in Chicago. My gosh. So a person is murdered every 18 minutes and 37 seconds in Chicago. And you can probably proportionally transfer these numbers to any community. Worcester has had, Worcester, Mass. I'm broadcasting live tonight out of Charlton, Massachusetts, cities and suburbs studios. Um, as you can see, my writer and producer, thank you guys for making all this happen. And but yeah, you can dump on your city, but when you send your kid off to school every day in some of these big cities, whew, man, oh man, I guess out here though in Massachusetts, and one of the things that uh, really intrigues me is the safety in our vehicles. We drive by ourselves, and you know, there's so many accidents out there, so much density, if you will. I mentioned that word before. The city of Worcester loves the word density in terms of the core of Worcester. But, you know, you can say, well, people are being shot, but it's personal behavior too that even in the suburbs and driving home, your vehicle can be like, you can be your own worst enemy, using your vehicle to express your personality in not such a good way when you're driving home. So, whether it's via gun, whether it's this, whether it's that, be polite, share the road. There's only 16 million people, and I'm just exaggerating, but I just feel like I'm surrounded by people every day that are out to get me on the roads when I drive home. So I ditch off to the back roads, and it takes me maybe 15 minutes longer. But um, why do I do that? Again, as I mentioned, because it's just too much for me to handle, and I don't want to drive to work PO'd, and I don't want to come home PO'd, and I don't want you. You got a family. We all have families. All right, they're not in our cars with us, but they should be right here every day when we get into our vehicle and drive. In Chicago, unfortunately, when you set out every day, and it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous in some of our cities, you know. So the summer months are coming upon us, and those obviously, you know, the summer months are really. Right now we're in an increased the incubator. Okay, the heat index is rising, and before you know it, we'll be into July and August, which is really kind of hard to believe in here when it's 55 degrees in May. But when you get into those inner cities where people who live in the inner cities do not have transportation, they're locked into social services because that's where all our, that's where your welfare officers and your social security offices and, all the needs-based programs are so concentrated, in the cities. Um, so you have a population that obviously, evolves around those services. Folks that don't have access to, um, you know, I want to go to Hampton Beach. I want to go to Cape Cod, the White Mountains here in New England. I mean, if you're listening to this show out in Portland, Oregon, Wyoming, Cheyenne, Wyoming, or doesn't matter. If you have means to escape, do something different. We all work hard. We all work hard. We all need to escape. Um, but yeah, so having the means to be able to move beyond city life. Folks that are kind of trapped. You know, open up the fire hydrants and to stay cool. And that's why Worcester is actually has so many great parks and so many great programs. And um, you can look at Worcester and go, well, it's not doing this, it's not doing that. And we've had some homicides this year. I understand that. Um, but it's not the Wild West either. You know, Worcester is very, very unique. It's caught up between being a big town and a great small city, and it's in older neighborhoods. Um, but overall, I think if we can transform, Bill Coleman, God bless him with his Mosaic project, and so many great things that are happening in Worcester. Um, go check that out. I'm going to do a show on Sunday about Bill Coleman. He's a great guy. Really believes in Worcester. So, um, but just keep that in mind. And a couple of things, though, I do want to mention tonight. Living in Charlton, that I'm really, you know, we're online all the time, and people talk about police and the safety of our policemen. And, unfortunately, in the state police department, we had that mass scandal, which is Mass State Police overtime case, which is fake. Former Lieutenant David Wilson of Charlton wants to serve 1 day in custody, feds say. Okay? So this is from Mass Live. And former Massachusetts State Police Lieutenant David Wilson, one of several state troopers charged in the overtime scandal, claimed he was out conducting enforcement in Mass on the Mass Pike, but his radio data showed during some shifts, um, his cruiser was on for just a minute. And so moving on, Wilson, 58 of Charlton, pleaded guilty this year to one count of embezzlement from an agency receiving federal funds, Mass State Police. Oh God, you know. So basically, everybody knows about the Massachusetts. They were submitting phony records and being paid a lot of money, and people they pulled over, which they never pulled over. So this guy, okay, could have pulled you over. And this is why I have such contempt. I really have contempt. I mean, yeah, police can keep us safe on one point, on one stop, but they're so corrupt on the other. They really are. And the bigger the city, the more corrupt they are. This is the way it is. You know, that's just the way it is. The longer on the force, they follow the chow line. No, this is the way we do things, kid. I'm sorry, but a lot of the police that in these small podunk towns that have pulled me over, enough of my cowboys, and a lot of them I talk them silly. They let me go. Look back into an earlier show, but no, I don't trust the police. I don't trust the state police. I don't trust any policeman that pulls me over. Remember, when a policeman pulls you over and they said, "Will you step out of the vehicle? Step out of the vehicle." Sir, would you mind if we search your vehicle? Yes, I mind. They don't have authority to do that. Do not hand them your cell phone. License, registration, proof of insurance, step out of the vehicle, sir. That's all you have to do. Anything other than that, don't do it. And the Mass State Police showed that tonight. They're intimidating, they're bullies, and they're getting busted. And this dude, his name is, oh God, what is his name? Who cares what his name is? He's from Charlton. And David Wilson, police lieutenant of Charlton, pleaded guilty. Yeah. But, after he submitted all these phony, timesheets and people he pulled over, and um, his family. Okay, Wilson's lawyer submitted 12 letters of support written by his family and friends. Well, who is friends? Who state his commitment to the law enforcement, and his years of being a foster parent for more than 50 children show his true character. Well, where the hell do you get that kind of money to pay for 50 children? Quote, despite any arguments by the government, and this is his attorney, defense lawyer, Leonardo, I don't know, his defense attorney, I don't want to talk about him. Despite any arguments by the government to the contrary of Mr. Wilson is not a criminal. He is simply a person who has admitted to a crime. But his family wrote all these great letters saying, what a great guy. Dude, you're a cop. You're a policeman. You committed a crime. This is on Mass Live. It's a big scandal. No one talks about this stuff. This is the stuff that's affecting you. So I'm just saying, every time a person or a policeman pulls you over, remain calm, remain respectful to a point. You don't have to kiss their butt. You don't. Here's my stuff. Here, why? And question them. Let them see your badge. Ask them, can I see your badge number? Can I make sure they're real? Make sure they're on the clock. Because these dudes and this guy from Charlton, what a scumbag. David Wilson of Charlton, 58 years old, 3 years older than me, 2.5 years older than me. All these dudes that were, man, they're all crooked. And something, if he, okay, this is where it's different, I mean, if I'm a black man in the city, okay, I'm just getting locked up. But if I'm a state trooper in Massachusetts, I'm totally innocent. Yeah. Anyway, good luck. So anyway, guys, we're gonna tune out here, man. I'm gonna go cook some supper. And watch the Bruins. And probably watch the Red Sox fall. They're getting their butts kicked by the Cleveland Indians right now. And so we'll figure it out. But let's go, Worcester. Again, keep watching the Mass Live and Worcester Telegram and TMP. And there's so many empty storefronts downtown Worcester, man. We got to fill up that space. We're driving some traffic down there as far as people filling up the rental properties, but big mandate to fill, guys, down there. Big mandate, Mr. Augustus. I think Mr. Jordan Levy will be talking about that on Monday in June. So anyway, this is the last show of May 2019. We'll see you on Sunday in June. Okay? Keep these things crossed for nice weather, but we'll be okay, guys. All right? The nice weather's right around the corner. Well, it depends what you consider nice weather, right? It's all nice to me. All right, take care. Good night.